Wednesday morning, Picayune Wednesday, and in our studio to tell us what's in this week's edition of the Picayune is the editor, Daniel Clifton. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday.
Yeah, halfway through the week. Now, if you're not getting your Picayune, make sure you listen at the end of the interview, and we'll tell you how to do that. But it should be on your doorstep this morning with some good stories in there. For instance, first thing I noticed when I opened it up today, or actually just looking at the front page there, you got a follow-up to the big game that happened last Friday night with the Bulldogs and the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was a pretty exciting game. It started out a little, Burnet got a few scores in early, but, Marble Falls really hung in there with their defense, just looked solid in the late in the second half. And late in the first half and the whole second half, they looked pretty solid defensively.
Now, that's a big rivalry. I understand that they've been going up against each other for over 100 years.
Yeah, there was a break in it in the late 90s, I think, 90s or something, until the mid-2000s when they joined the district and when there was some changes in things. But yeah, it's been a very hefty rivalry for years.
Yeah.
And predates me.
Pretty even back and forth. I mean, I think the Bulldogs have a lead somewhat.
Yeah, I think Burnet has a little lead there by a few games. But, it's still a pretty exciting game.
It is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when the Longhorns play the Sooners.
It's true. It really doesn't matter what their records are like for the year. That's always one of those games where they're both going to bring their best and play really hard. So it's always a fun game to watch.
Big turnout on both sides of the field.
Yeah,
big turnout.
And a lot of renovations they've done at that stadium too.
The stadium was nice.
Yes.
The field was the turf. Gorgeous.
Read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune, whether you're a Bulldog fan or a Mustang fan. But although the Bulldogs now have bragging rights for another year.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
we love them both.
That's right.
Speaking of sports, I guess this is considered a sport. Hunting season is coming up before you know it. And dove season is, and for what I'm reading in the Picayune, it looks like we've got a lot of doves in the area.
Yeah, dove season starts September 1st. It's like the big first.
It's already started.
Yeah, so it started yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I hope I got my record.
Right.
Hope you haven't gone hunting and stuff. But yeah, dove season started, got some good numbers. The early rains, because of how it fell, apparently knocked some of the nest out, and so but it happened early enough so a lot of the doves could rebuild their nest. Yeah, I didn't realize there's that many doves in the country, the state. Millions,
a lot
millions
of them.
and millions.
And I guess that really helps the local economy too, with hunters coming in from around the other areas.
Yeah, a lot of leases, day leases, and just supplies you can buy and things like that. I mean, that's a big market. I wish I'd figure something out to sell to hunters.
Well, if you're a dove hunter, read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. And then the other story that caught my eye is the Uptown Theater for sale once again. And the Uptown Theater has been here forever, hadn't it?
Yeah, I think it started like the building or the Uptown, before whatever it was called. I'm not sure what it was called. Uptown.
I'm trying to remember because I used to go there and watch movies.
But it was 1942, I think, the theater started as like it had shows that came through town, like traveling shows, and then eventually moved into a movie theater, and it was a movie theater for years, closed, reopened as a movie theater not too long ago in the 1980s, 1990s, somewhere in there. And then now it's been a live music venue, an entertainment venue. So yeah, it's been here. It's a pretty exciting, good venue.
It really is.
Acoustics are amazing.
Theater, yeah.
It's a great place. And how come, is it a historical landmark yet?
I don't think so.
We need
to
make
look,
it one.
But
we need to make it one, definitely.
That is something that we hope will stay here and stay around the area forever. But it is for sale now. And any inside tips on? Do you know if anybody's?
No, I don't really know anything.
Shopping around for it?
Not yet. What are you going to do? You interested?
I was thinking about it.
You think they'll take a check?
Yeah. Do they do financing?
Do they have layaway, perchance?
There's been some great shows there, and if you believe in historical landmarks like that, I believe the Uptown Theater should be one. And read all about it in this week's edition of the Picayune. Should be on your doorstep this morning, but if you're not getting your copy, tell them how to go about doing that.
Call 830-693-7152 and ask to get on our list.
And remember, as always, the Picayune is free! Daniel Clifton, everybody. Thank you, Daniel.